She was born into nobility, but would die as a legend of terror. Elizabeth Bathory, born in 1560 in the fog-veiled lands of Hungary, was a child of power and privilege, yet carried within her the chilling silence of cruelty. Raised among the elite, fluent in multiple languages, and well-versed in politics and philosophy, she was admired for her intellect but feared for something darker that stirred beneath her poised surface. As a child, she suffered seizures and sudden violent fits, which many believed to be the mark of a cursed soul. By the age of 14, she was engaged to Ferenc Nadasti, a fierce warrior known as the Black Knight of Hungary. He taught her more than courtly manners. He showed her how to break a body, how to dominate with fear when he left for war. Elizabeth became the mistress of the castle and death became its most frequent guest. What began as discipline for disobedient servants quickly spiraled into ritualistic torture. One day, in a moment that would shift the tides of her story forever, she struck a maid who had pulled her hair too tightly. A drop of blood landed on her hand. She stared, mesmerized, and whispered that her skin looked younger. That night, something awoke inside her. From that point forward, she pursued eternal youth not with oils or herbs but with blood. Young peasant girls were lured to the castle under promises of work, only to be shackled, flayed, and drained. Blood-filled basins, needles pierced soft skin, hot iron sizzled flesh, and in the center of it all, Elizabeth bathed serene, graceful, and deadly. She was aided by loyal servants who carried out her every cruel command. The castle transformed into a fortress of agony, its stones soaked with the cries of the innocent. Some say she wrote names in blood. Others say she bit her victims, drank their blood directly, or stitched their mouths shut. The deaths numbered in the hundreds, but the silence of nobility protected her. That silence began to crumble when noble families noticed their daughters missing. A few bodies surfaced mutilated, drained, discarded like husks. In 1610, King Matthias sent soldiers to raid the castle. What they found was hell made real. Young women locked in cages, some still alive but barely, others grotesquely disfigured, and blood-stained diaries chronicling the atrocities. Elizabeth was arrested, but never stood trial. Her status as a countess granted her a twisted immunity. Her accomplices were tortured and executed, but she was sealed inside a single windowless room in her castle, bricked in with only a tiny hole for air and food. There, for long years, she lived in the shadows she had once commanded. No screens now, no servants, just silence. She died alone in 1614. The outside world turned her into myth, folklore, horror tale, but those stories were rooted in horrifying truth. Today, she is remembered not for her beauty, but for the monstrous pursuit of it. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, remains one of the most prolific female serial killers in history. Some claim her ghost still wanders Catch's castle, leaving a trail of cold air and sorrow. They say that if you listen closely on a quiet night, you can hear the drip of blood into a bath, followed by a whisper, "Youth is paid for with blood." Remember this, the dead do not always rest, and the worst killers are often the quietest.